Go ahead, you introduce.
Ready? Yep. Welcome to Gridiron Talk, where today we're going to talk about Week 15 in the NFL. I'm one of your hosts, Chase Chavez.
And I'm Chino Sullivan.
All right, we're going to start off with a Thursday night game, the game that's playing behind us. We got the Cincinnati Bengals at the Philadelphia Eagles. Right now, score's going to be 10-13, tight one. We're going to start off with our picks. Yeah, I'm about to go with the Eagles on this one. They're coming off a nice win last week. I know they don't play very good at home, 2-4 in the season, but I think they're going to pull it off.
I'm going to go ahead and disagree with you. I see the Bengals winning this one. They lost a tough one last week in Dallas that they should have won. And 8 minutes left in the third quarter. I think they're going to pull this one out. I'm picking the Bengals over the Eagles.
Well, you know I just picked them because you're up 3, right? Got to have a little advantage. All right, let's start with the Nooners. Nice game. Giants at the Falcons. Falcons are 11-2. I really don't think they're as good as their record indicates. They're 11-0 at home, which is very good. But I like the Giants in this one. They're coming off a big win, really killing the New Orleans Saints. So I think they'll win this game. It'll be a tight one, but they'll pull it off.
I'll agree with you there. I'm liking the Giants over the Falcons. Like he said, the Falcons I think they're overrated, undefeated at home, so they'll get tested this week. Eli Manning having a great year. Victor Cruz, the number 1 receiver, having a great year. I think if the Falcons went back to the run game like they had at the beginning of the season, they would be a lot stronger, but their run game has been non-existent. I see the Giants winning this one.
I agree, and just to kind of throw it out there, I think 2 of the most overrated teams in the league, 1 being the Falcons, 2, Houston Texans. Those are just 2 teams I just think are just very overrated, and we saw them get clobbered.
Yeah.
All right. Looks like next, another Nooner, NFC North Showdown. Got the Green Bay Packers at the Chicago Bears. Both those teams I cannot stand. Packers being 1 game away from winning and clinching the division. I think they'll go into Chicago and go ahead and come out with a W.
No, I gotta agree with you on there too. Bears are a good team. Cutler's back. He's throwing the ball around good. Brandon Marshall's having an unbelievable season. But you look on the other side of the field, number 12, Aaron Rodgers. It's that time of year again, and I see them going into Chicago and coming away with a W.
I like how you say Chicago. All right, let's see, another 12 o'clock game. We got the Washington Redskins at the Cleveland Browns. Gonna have to go with the Redskins on this one. I think RG3 is going to play. He's come off injury before, the concussion, and performed well. I think he'll do the same. He looked good in practice today, from what ESPN told me. So I think the Redskins will go on the road, get this W, and keep their playoff hopes alive.
I'm going to disagree with you on that one. Cleveland Browns, they're 5-8. Their record doesn't show up. They've been in some dog fights. They've been in some great games, and I think the home field advantage, they're going to take advantage of it. I see them beating the Redskins. They got a great young defense. The rookie Richardson's having a great year. Possibly could go over 1,000 yards on the season Sunday. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm picking the Browns over the Redskins.
All right. Up next, another noon game. We got the Minnesota Vikings at the St. Louis Rams. I know you're a big Rams fan. I'm gonna have to pick the Rams. Jeff Fisher, ever since he came in, took that team over, they've learned how to play defense again. Very tough defense. I think it'll be a tight one, a close one, probably low scoring. Adrian Peterson will probably do his thing, get his yards. 130 yards around there, but I think the Rams will get the W.
I'm going to disagree with you on this one, too. I see the Vikings winning. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be tough. It's going to be loud and over there in St. Louis in the Dome. I see Adrian Peterson running all over them. They got the Rams are on the right track with Jeff Fisher over there, but I see Adrian Peterson with a huge game. Another one that you can throw for the MVP of the season. So he's having a great year after he blew out his knee. I'm picking the Vikings to win that one.
One stat I do want to throw in there, kind of a did you know, the Vikings are 1-5 on the road this season.
Yeah, that is true, and the Rams are holding up at home, so it's going to be a test for the Vikings, but I see them coming away with a W.
All right, next noon game we're going to discuss. Really not much going on here. You got the Jacksonville Jaguars against Miami Dolphins. It's always a tough game between those two because they're interstate rivals. I have to go with the Dolphins all day. They're playing at home. They're not a bad football team. They're 5-8. They are better than what their record indicates, and they're definitely on the right track with the new coaching staff over there. The Jaguars, they just really stink.
I agree with you on that one. I'm picking the Dolphins to win. Tannehill's making progress as a rookie, slinging the ball around pretty good. Needs to cut down the turnovers, but they're a young team and they're on the right track. I like the Dolphins over the Jags.
All right, let me ask you something. Do you think Tannehill would have done good against that SEC defense if they're still playing this year?
Yeah, I think he would have.
I think so too. Let's see here. Next we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at New Orleans. Right here, I like the Buccaneers to win this one on the road. Saints are kind of out of the playoff hunt. The Buccaneers lost to nail biter against the Cowboys. I think they'll bounce back and go ahead and take this one on the road.
I'm gonna pick the Saints on this one. I like the Bucs. They're a good team. They're 6-7. They're stronger than what their record shows. They're another team that has been in some dogfights and came on the short end of that. Freeman's having a monster year. I didn't expect that from him.
True.
But Drew Brees at home, after coming off of a ass whooping like they did, they're going to come out and take care of business. I see the Saints winning at home.
All right, I don't disagree. All right, up next we got the Denver Broncos against the Baltimore Ravens. Got to go with the Broncos. Peyton Manning's playing very good football. He has 3,800 yards on the season, 30 touchdowns. It's a toss-up between him and Adrian Peterson for comeback player of the year. I mean, either of those could win MVP. Those are just the type of seasons that those two individuals are having. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and stick with the Broncos on the road.
This is a tough one to gauge. This is a toss-up. This can go either way.
Either way.
The Broncos defense has surprised me. Manning is doing his thing like I expected. The Ravens had a tough loss last week. I'm gonna go Ray Rice. I'm gonna go the Ravens. Expect a big game from him, and I'll pick the Ravens over the Broncos.
I think
Broncos, I think, are a little bit overrated. They haven't played a lot of big games, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, the Ravens always have a good defense, so. All right, next you got the Indianapolis Colts against the Houston Texans. Texans being one of those teams I think is just overrated. And I'm happy for them. I'm glad they're having a good season. They're 11-2. But I think the Colts, being 9-4, they'll go on the road, go to Houston. It being a divisional game, they'll go in there and handle business. I love the way Andrew Luck is playing. I hated the way he played against my Lions. And last minute drive, scoring like that, but that just kind of shows you what kind of poise that man has.
I'm going to disagree. I like the Texans in this one. I don't see them losing back-to-back games. Andrew Luck everyone talks about RG3, but Andrew Luck is having a great season. coming up on 4,000 yards, 18 touchdowns. But I think the Texans' offense is too explosive. They weren't last week against the Patriots, but I think they're going to be too explosive for the Colts, and the Texans should win this home game.
All right, up next we got a 3 o'clock game if you're Central Time. It's going to be the Seattle Seahawks and the Buffalo Bills. I'm going to take the Seahawks all day on this one. I think they'll go into the Bills' house, handle business. I mean, after scoring as many points as they scored last week, I know it was the Arizona Cardinals, but I see them doing more of the same. I think Russell Wilson is coming along very well, and I like what Pete Carroll's doing over there.
I'm gonna go out on a wire. I'm picking the Bills this week.
Upset alert.
Upset alert. I'm picking the Bills. Their offense is pretty explosive with C.J. Spiller, Fitzpatrick. If he could keep the turnovers down in this game, I really think they can spread the field and steal. Not steal when they're playing at home, but I really think they can knock off Seattle.
Okay. All right, another 3 o'clock game. We got the Detroit Lions against the Arizona Cardinals.
Your Detroit Lions.
My Detroit Lions. I don't think this game's close. I think Matthew Stafford and company go in there, pass all over that defense, and I wouldn't be surprised if they score 52.
I've got to disagree with you. I'm a huge Niners fan.
Are you?
So I know the Cardinals well. They're a division rival.
They are who we thought they were.
We'll let them off the hook. They're a division rival, and they're a lot better than what they showed last week. I don't expect the same thing from them. They got a little problems at quarterback right there, but I think if they can get the run game going, the pass defense should be able to get to Stafford and cause some trouble there.
I can see Ndamukong Suh, Nick Fairley
poking people's eyes and kicking people in the nuts.
Just going over there, just getting a bunch of sacks and forced fumbles, all that.
We'll see.
All right, you got the next game, also 3 o'clock, Carolina Panthers at the San Diego Chargers. It should be a good game. I think the Panthers are going to handle business. They had a nice win last week against the Falcons, 30-10. The Chargers had a nice win too last week against the Steelers. Either way, I still think the Panthers, they've lost a lot of close games. They're 4-9, definitely better than what their record indicates. I think they make it to 5-9 after this game.
This is another tough one to gauge. Chargers like to go up early. They can never close games, and I have a feeling they can do the same thing. I have a feeling they'll go up, quick 14, 21 points and let the Panthers right back in the game. I mean, it's hard to pick the Panthers when the Chargers when they blew it all season. I see them blowing another big lead and losing at home.
Well, you have a couple of teams that like to blow things.
Yeah.
Next, we got a good one. Pittsburgh Steelers at the Dallas Cowboys. Two teams I definitely just don't care for, don't like. Two teams you always see on Facebook, a lot of Cowboy fans, Steeler fans, and man, they're just annoying. They're annoying fans. If I had to pick, I guess I'm going to go the Cowboys. They're playing at home. Nice win last week against Tampa Bay. Pittsburgh's coming off a tough loss. I'm going to go Cowboys.
This is going to be a great game. I'm picking the Steelers. Two great teams. They got 11 Super Bowls, between the two teams. Cowboys always look better on paper than what they really are, and
that's true.
Ben's first game back last week, it was a little shaky, but I see him having a big game this coming up week against the Cowboys, and I see the Pittsburgh Steelers coming away with a W.
I think Charlie Batch did good in his one start.
Yeah, not bad.
Ex-Lion. Kind of tells you a
Shout
little bit. Shout out to my Lion. All right, up next, got a game really don't care too much about Kansas City Chiefs at the Oakland Raiders. Division game should be a tough one. Both of them are not in any sort of playoff contention at all. I'm going to have to go Oakland at home. You have, let's see here. My pad's not opening up. Carson Palmer, he's having a good season, 3,800 yards. I think the problem is a lot of injuries on that team, but still, I'm gonna go Raiders over Chiefs.
I agree with you on that one. Raiders. I thought there was a mistake firing was it in Jackson at the head coach at the end of last year.
Right.
I thought they were on the right on the right path, and I expected big things from, not big things, but I expected them to be better than 3-12 at this point. So Carson Palmer's having a great year. McFadden, Run DMC, had some injury problems. I see the Raiders coming away with a W on this one.
Same here. Up next, got the San Francisco 49ers at the New England Patriots. Man, this is definitely the game of the week.
Super Bowl preview?
Definitely could be. I would like to see the Niners win. I really would. I think they have the defense that can do it. And as long as they can get pressure, with the front three, front four, and if they do it, get some turnovers, they can definitely win in Foxborough. But I'm going to have to go with the Patriots by a slight margin. December's Brady time. So I can't go against them.
I haven't been impressed with the Niners lately, but it's hard to go against them the way the defense has been playing. Alden Smith, sack leader, he's probably going to break Strahan's record. I think if we can knock Brady on his ass a couple of times, and Brady's only got 4 interceptions on the season. I see him throwing.
Very impressive.
I see him throwing 2.
2?
He's going to be under pressure. He's going to be on his ass, and I see him throwing 2 picks. I'm picking the Niners to win.
Do you think that's the inner Niner in you?
No, that's not me being biased. That's being
realistic.
Yeah.
In your world. All right. And lastly, we got the Monday night game. We got the New York Jets against the Tennessee Titans. I really, I like to see the Titans win this one. I think they will. They're playing at home. They aren't a bad team. Jets, they've struggled all season. Sanchez has been fighting for his job. Who knows? We might see a Tebow sighting if Sanchez does bad. But I'm gonna go with the Titans.
I don't think we're gonna see that. Sanchez has played horrible all year, and he's yet to be benched.
But it's Monday night. Monday night.
We'll see what happens. I'm picking the Titans to win. Locker. To tell you the truth, I would have had Hasselbeck. Kept Hasselbeck in there. He played great when Locker went down, but they want to go with a youngster, and he's having a decent season. I see the Titans beating the Jets Monday Night Football.
Well, all right. That's been our Week 15 preview. Appreciate you tuning in. Keep an eye out for our Week 17 preview coming up.
All right, comment down below. Tell us what you think. Peace.